Why don't we record, and then if at the end anyone decides differently, we can make that decision.
Sure. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with one another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station of the laws of nature and of nature's God, entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind require that they should declare the causes that impel them to separation and revolution. Friends, I share the words, Thomas Jefferson's words to the Declaration of Independence, knowing that these words are fraught. These words are fraught with a troubled history. And yet many of our documents are fraught with a troubled history. The Torah, the Christian Bible, all are fraught. And yet these words have power. I come till tomorrow, and I expect many of us do, what's known as 4th of July, what's known as Independence Day, with a similar trepidation, knowing that so many indigenous peoples have been oppressed, killed, forcibly removed, and are still oppressed. So I think of tomorrow as Freedom from Tyranny Day. It's a day where we aspire to remember freeing ourselves from tyranny and seeking freedom from tyranny. And here we are now at a new form of tyranny. So with that introduction, I'll read more of these words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among people, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. The history of the president of the United States is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. So friends, here's the participative part. We now get to list usurpations and abuses. So I'm going to ask your participation. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. I invite you to name an usurpation. Usurpation.
Bribery, insurrection,
The lack of due process.
abuse of the pardon power,
Mhm.
Refusing to distribute congressionally designated funds to those in need.
Mhm.
Yeah, refusing to follow and enforce the law.
Tearing down institutions. You're muted, Michael.
Thank you. Tearing down science and access to education that is equal and fair across the board.
Mm.
Arresting people and taking them far from their homes to
Mm.
trial.
Amen.
Extreme corruption benefiting financially.
Mm-hmm.
Promoting and
Increasing.
practicing racism and sexism.
Mm.
I was going to say crimes against the earth in terms of pulling back all sorts of regulations and trying to reclaim public lands.
I need
Amen.
patriarchy on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Defunding programs and institutions, taking away people's jobs.
Friends, in every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A president whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be ruler of a free people. Friends, I thank you for your participation in my story. I know we all struggle with this time and how we go forward in this moment. And I ask that we think about the question I pose to us is where are you feeling tyranny in your life today? And how do you envision what is one way, one step you can take to erode that tyranny? Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. I do believe that we can go into breakout rooms, Kristen, for like 10 minutes-ish, and then we'll come back.
And Kristen, hopefully you will include yourself in one of the rooms. At least from my part, I would welcome you as a third.
Thank you so much.
Please do, please do.
This is going to take me a minute. I'm sorry. I was caught up in the story. I usually do this a little differently, and I got caught up in the story here. So,
All good.
oh dear. Set up too many rooms somehow.
We'll each be in a room by ourselves.
I know. I know. Okay, I think I got it here. Okay, folks, see you in about 10 minutes.
Are we still recording?